I was really depressed, to be honest, and hopeless. When the whole breakup and then the finding out about the cheating happened, it was like my whole world flipped upside down. I can't believe I have a fucking job. I can't believe I'm making my own money. Like, after being depressed and having no job for over a year, I'm in my dirty room talking to the camera again. Got the pumpkin candles going. I want to start doing things for me, learning how to live for myself, be alone. I'm 23. I've always thought 23 was old, especially for what I've done in my life, which doesn't feel like a lot, but I want to remind myself that I have done a lot and I'm proud of myself. And the last video I posted was about my breakup. It was a lot worse actually than what I posted, because a couple weeks later I found out there was more to it, and it's been a wild fucking ride this summer. The entire summer I've spent focusing on not even just healing, but just like dealing with all the emotions and everything that I found out about. Like, I just genuinely feel like I didn't have a summer. I didn't have a summer. That's the truth. I didn't, because it was spent dealing with my breakup. Yesterday, I went on a hike. Well, it was a hike. It wasn't like an Alberta hike. It was like in Ontario, close to me. Not really the hike, but like more than a walk. And I'm really proud of myself. It was so beautiful, and it made me so happy. And it made me feel like at least I lived this little bit of summer just yesterday, being out in nature, seeing the water, being on this beautiful walk with my dog, not listening to music or podcasts or anything, just really being out there. There's a lot of things that I'm unsure about in my life and I question. I think I know that that's one of my favorite things. Maybe everyone's like this. Maybe, well, there's probably some people who don't like being out in nature, but I've been going to therapy every single week, and like, being out in nature is a big deal. I'm sure a lot of therapists tell you that too. Again, there's probably people who don't like it, but the summer's over now. It's feeling like fall today. It's been raining almost every single day of the summer. Gray, raining, and I love gray and rain. London, in the UK, I kill for that vibe. But like, here it's different, because the wintertime we got no sun at all. 2023 has just been like a pretty gray year, to be honest. And there's another reason why this summer people said wasn't summering. Anyway, I'm starting this back up. Again, we'll see where it goes. I can't make any promises, but I'm really gonna try and do this for myself. I'm gonna try. For anybody who cares and is still listening, because fuck, why am I acting like I have an audience? This is really just for me. If you happen to even care about me, I post a lot more on TikTok than I do on here. But now that I'm single, I'm trying to focus more on my hobbies, more on myself. No, I know doing yoga is good for you, and there was a time that like I was doing yoga every morning this year, and I was meditating, and I was listening to Abraham Hicks, and I still had all my long COVID, and I was journaling, and I've been journaling quite a bit, so I'm proud of myself for that. But a lot of these habits, it's like I don't want to do them. Like, I'm like, I really don't want to do yoga, even though I know it's good for me, and it does feel good when I'm doing it. Like when I'm stretching, I need it for my back. I got back issues. Even bribe myself to do it. I'm like, fuck, I just really don't want to do it, and I think I just need a big change, as in like change of space. So that is going to be on my list. Don't know if I'm going to do it today. Don't know if I'm going to have the energy. I have a list of things I'm going to do because I have a few days off, and that's what brings me to my next subject. I got a job. I can't believe it. So if you were following me at all this year and you knew that I had long COVID, it's really impacted me neurologically. I don't want to talk about it too much. I talk about it a lot on my TikTok. In the past I did. I'm trying not to talk about it a ton because I don't want it to become my whole life and personality, especially because it's a lot better now. I'm able to work. So my breakup happened. Ugh. God, it was so fucking ugly. I don't want to go through this ever again. I don't want to do this. And then I found out that he cheated on me. Sorry, had to say it. I think it's June 19th, 2023, and I feel terrible. He went from talking to me and communicating to like none, and that's why my mom said I think there might be someone, and I'm here to say that there was, and I had no idea. He's a pathological liar, and I'd known that. I found that out and I stayed with him. There's so many times that I stayed with him and he begged me to stay, and he literally got me to break up with him because he had feelings for another girl and he lost feelings for me. The worst I've ever felt in my life. All I'm thinking about is my relationship with him, how it started, because it started very similarly, and was really heartbroken, and it was very messy. Like, in the beginning it wasn't, but then it because I was lied to, and then it got really messy. I was so heartbroken. I don't think I've ever felt that much pain in my entire life. I'm not exaggerating. Maybe I was gonna say I've been in love with my high school boyfriend. Like, this was different, and it was just a big shock, and it was the rejection of it all, because like we break up and then 2 weeks later I find out it's not what it seems. It's totally different. It was so painful. So I know a lot of people get what I mean, because a lot of people have been through it, but it still doesn't make it feel any better when you're going through it. Knowing that like other people have been through it, it still hurts so bad. It's like pain you can't describe. A few days into the initial, heartbreak, feeling really a lot of pain, I started walking, and I told myself, Jordan, you're going to attempt to do 10,000 steps a day. If you don't, that's okay. Because at the time I was doing like maybe 4,000 steps with my dog, and that's good, but like I had long COVID, and some days that would still wind me as in like I would have to rest after, or I would be like out for the rest of the day. I just kind of pushed myself to the extreme. I'm not recommending people with long COVID to do this, but I think emotionally, I was so emotionally charged that I had that to back me up. And like, I was already so depressed from like having my long COVID. I was searching for a job, like looking for like sit down jobs. Like, I was applying left, right, and center, not getting anything. Like, my life I was really depressed, to be honest, and hopeless. And then when the whole breakup and then the finding out about the cheating happened, it was like my whole world flipped upside down. I don't know how. I just decided, yeah, I'm gonna walk. I started trying to walk 10,000 steps a day, and on the first day, I think I did 9,000. Every day in the beginning, it was hard. Like, I was tired, but I had gone for my walk, and I realized that I was able to walk a lot faster, like at a bit of a faster pace, and do it in like an hour or whatever, and then get home, be really tired, maybe shaky, like have a little convulsion episode. And I kept doing that, and then there were days that I was hitting 14,000 steps. So I was doing over 10,000. And like I said in the beginning, it was hard on my body. It was hard for my long COVID. I was in pain at the end of the night. There were nights that I'd be crying, and I'd have to pop my Aleve, because I was like, the fibromyalgia part of it like was really killing me. Eventually, I guess my body got used to it. So I kept walking, and I loved it, and I was losing weight really fast too. And I'll be honest, trigger warning, in the beginning, I really couldn't eat. So I kind of lost a lot of weight from that. And then I was able to start eating again, and then maintain kind of my weight loss and lose even more weight, because I was walking over 10,000 steps every day. And then I decided I'm going to go to this restaurant that I didn't think I would be able to like serve and get a job at. And I went in for an open interview, and I got the job. The reason why I even walked in was, one, my ex works at one of the locations of this place. And so I was like, okay, I know about it. I know what it's like. And I had been doing 14,000 steps, so I had the confidence that like maybe I'll be able to serve. And in my interview, they told me the hours are short. They wanted me initially to be a bartender. That's what they were thinking, but I couldn't do the hours. They were super accommodating. They put me on the team even though they had no technically space for me, and I started working there. I just feel so lucky and happy. I can't believe I'm working at this place. I'm making my own money. I'm serving. I'm so happy that I'm serving, and I love serving at this place. Like, it's a good place to serve at. I'm not miserable when I go into work. I really, really do love serving. And I know it's just like, it's been a month and a half since I've been working there, but I love it. And I'm so happy the way everything's happened. I can't believe I have a fucking job. I can't believe I'm making my own money, like after being depressed and having no job for over a year. And it all kind of happened when everything came tumbling down, and I feel like that's the way it always happens. Like, you get so low every time. It's just hard because you're low, and then you're like, this is as bad as it can get, and then it gets worse, and you're like, well, this should be as bad as it gets, and then it gets worse, and then then things turn around. And I was told by my therapist and other people that this is a transition period, and I guess it has been. So things needed to exit my life for me to, let's say, blossom, to grow, to change as a person. And I still feel like me being like, I'm 23 years old, I feel so old for like this stuff to be happening. Like, I'm still in this transition period. But here's the thing, and I hope that my videos will do this to some people. I want you to have comfort in the fact that it's okay that your life looks different from everybody else's. It's okay that your path is different. Who the fuck cares about your age? Okay, I'm working on that. I keep saying I'm 23 and I haven't done anything. I'm 23. I didn't go to school. I didn't graduate. My path is different. And I go to therapy every week because my therapist is really like encouraging of that. She believes in me and she knows that my path is different. She also doesn't want me to stress about it, because the more you stress about your life, the more you're like, what's gonna happen next? It almost like prolongs it. That's what was happening for me. Even though I got this job and everything, I was like, well, what's gonna happen next? And she's like, Jordan, take the month of August and just stop worrying about it. Don't even think about what's next. Instead, come from a place of, I'm so excited to see what's coming next. I can't wait to see what the universe offers me or how my life unfolds. I'm so excited for it, which I genuinely am, because I have no idea what's going to happen. And just me having the security and safety of having a job now, that was a big worry of mine. I had worried about that and stressed about that for months and months. I had stressed about having no money for months and months. It felt like shit. In a matter of a week, I found out about the cheating, and then I start walking, and then like a week later, I applied to get the job. Like, it was like a week and a half time span, and it all happened very quickly. But I had months and months of stressing and honestly depression, because I didn't know where my life was going. I had a big question mark. I didn't have any money, and I was focusing so much on the fact that I didn't have money, and when was I going to have money, and I'm stressing out because of what am I going to do? I couldn't let go, and that is the biggest lesson in life, right? Letting go. So now I have a jar of my savings, and this is just my tips, and I make more in tips than I do hourly. I'm pretty excited. I don't know what I'm saving for. I say right now, could be a van to travel the world, because right now I'm really into the van life thing. Who knows what I'm gonna decide, because I switch what I want to do all the time. I'm like, I'm really into this right now. This seems interesting. I'm like, never mind. And I talked about that with my therapist, and I'm like, is that a bad thing? And she said, no, you're just figuring things out. You're discovering things. You're trying new things. And this is the age to do it, right? That's what we're told. I don't really care what I end up spending that money on, as long as it's like it's not stupid little things. But I'm just excited that, well, I don't know. I'm just excited for whatever's to come. Could be saving that money to move to London, because I've been thinking about that again. Or maybe I move to Alberta, or maybe I start a business. I don't fucking know. I want to share my life again on here with anybody who cares, and for the people who are like me, because I think there's probably a lot of people like me out there. I haven't found them. I haven't communicated with them, but I know you guys are out there. And I hope this makes you feel a little bit better. I really want to spend this time focusing on myself and just living my life and being happy and being excited for what's coming next and enjoying what I have, because I feel like we're constantly striving for this ideal life and to have all this money. And I don't think that's a bad thing, but I also just want to enjoy my time on earth right now. So even though my life isn't perfect, I'm just gonna show you what's going on in my life right now. Vlogs, talking to the camera, all that stuff. I will see how long I can keep this up for. I'm excited. I'm excited to test myself and to try. Let's see how often I can post. Honestly, this is gonna be fun to see. I'm gonna push myself. So that being said, I have a vlog that's attached to this day. This was just a lot of talking to the camera. So please enjoy the vlog, and thank you for watching. Press the vlog. It's up.